You know, after seeing the movie, I'm questioning on wearing this shirt. Star Wars The Force Awakens. So Star Wars The Force Awakens is Episode 7, takes place about 30 years after Episode 6, Return of the Jedi. The prequels are canon, the Clone Wars is canon, Rebels is canon, I believe, and Rogue One is too. So, this is a spoiler review, so if you have not seen The Force Awakens, please pause, exit this video, and come back later. Okay, that should give you enough time to leave the video. So Star Wars, I go in with a lot of hype. After the prequels, which I do enjoy watching, besides Episode 2. I admit it, I like the prequels, especially Episode 3. And I like the Clone Wars a lot more, and I rewatched the whole Clone Wars, and I'm just starting on Star Wars Rebels. I know it's animation, but trust me, it's really good, it's not for kids. So, the prequels are canon, and I just rewatched the original trilogy, and yeah, I'm ready for this movie. The trailers don't give anything away. I thought Finn was going to be the Jedi, and I go in there, it starts off with Luke Skywalker has vanished, and I'm like, okay, this is good, they know what they're talking about. So, Luke Skywalker has vanished. My thoughts were he was either turning to the dark side, or maybe he just went into solitude, become a little, monk. And yeah, that's honestly what I thought it was going to be. I didn't know we were going to get that much of the old cast back. I thought they were going to make cameos, but it's awesome. It starts out with this old guy. You don't really know who he is. I thought he was Bail Organa for a second. You start off with him. He's giving Poe this information about a map that leads to Luke Skywalker. First Order are on their way. Now, what do I think about the First Order? I think they are trained stormtroopers. And I'm like, the day that stormtroopers are hitting their targets, that's the day I run around in a dress. Well, crap. Yeah, stormtroopers can hit targets. I think they're more military grounded, like the clone troopers. Now, they're not clone troopers because clones died off after the Clone Wars. Stormtroopers were everyday people, and now the First Order are soldiers. They take you from birth, they give you a number, and that's that. So yay, no more hate on being a black stormtrooper. This guy, Finn1287, I don't remember the full number, but Finn1287, that's what I'm going to call him in this review. You see him struggling, and he's turning his helmet, and they're ordered to kill citizens of this village in Jakku. Now he looks at the villagers and he doesn't shoot, and they're all shooting at the villagers. I thought that was good because we've never seen emotion in a stormtrooper before, but that's because these aren't stormtroopers. They're citizens. Well, they are. They're called that, but they're citizens taken from their families at birth and raised so they can have feelings. And I liked how they mentioned clone troopers, like when they were walking. When General Hux was walking with Kylo Ren, he's like, maybe, Kylo Ren said this. These troopers are being defective. Maybe you should start the clone army again. I'm surprised they're still referencing that because throughout this entire movie, Rey thought Luke was a myth. If he's a myth, I wonder what they're thinking about the Jedi Temple and the Jedi Order. I really liked Poe's character, very Han Solo type. I think he could be the new Han Solo for this series. Because he's got that cocky attitude. And I didn't really like how he could hit every target. I did like that. I did not find a flaw in his character, but maybe in the sequel give him a little bit of a flaw so he can have one or two mistakes as a human being does. So, we meet Finn. He's a stormtrooper. Finn1287. I love how they met. They have a friendship within 5 minutes. In the prequels, it took them all 3 movies. So within these 5 minutes, he's like, I need a pilot. You need a pilot to get out of here. Yeah, he rescues Poe from the First Order, and immediately they form this friendship. I love that about characters. So, they crash land on Jakku. Poe is nowhere to be found. I know he's not dead because of the trailers, but the trailers didn't spoil that for me. And then we see Rey. Rey is on Jakku. Now you see this big crash-landed Star Destroyer. She's waiting. She's carving numbers into her little hut that she's living in, or a crashed AT-AT that she's living in. Yeah, she's waiting for her family, and obviously they're not coming back. So she finds BB-8. They head to the village to sell more stuff. He's like, I will pay for that droid. And I'm like, they need a droid? The First Order's looking for him? Classic Star Wars. Yeah, Finn is there. The droid is like, he stole my master's jacket. And you don't need words to say that. BB-8's emotions are great. And I have a little BB-8 droid. It looks like it's communicating with you. And honestly, I think I like him better than R2 or 3PO. Great emotion, even with a little droid. And, no CG. But, yeah, they meet Finn, he tells him that Poe didn't make it, and she's like, so you're with the Resistance? Obviously. They're like, we need a pilot, you? And, what about that ship? That ship's garbage, let's go to this one. And that explodes. And guess what the ship is? I loved this part of the movie, the Millennium Falcon. My movie theater clapped in excitement. So we see the Millennium Falcon, and really, it is a Millennium Falcon. They built that whole thing on set. I didn't fly anything like that before. You know, we haven't mentioned anything about Finn having the Force. Is she the Jedi? Oh, another great moment. I loved the comedy in this movie. The comedy works. Like in some movies you see slapstick comedy that doesn't really work, but this works. Finn and BB-8 are like, between you and me, I'm not with the Resistance. And he's like, just tell me where your base is. And she asks him, hey, where's your base? Go on, BB-8, tell him. The Alanium system, yeah, that's it. And he does a thumbs up, like, with a flame. I thought that was priceless. We need more BB-8 moments like that. So they get captured, and in this really old, I guess, First Order ship. But guess who pops out of that door? It's not the First Order. It's Han Solo. So Han Solo's appearance, Chewie, we're home. I thought that was great, because I thought that was going to be like just a trailer shot. But no, that's the first line he says in the movie, Chewie, we're home. And Han Solo's age doesn't bother me that much. If it was like the Crystal Skull, maybe. But no, he hasn't forgotten how to play this character. It's not a guy dressed in a jacket playing Han Solo. It's not Harrison Ford, it's Han Solo. Well, it is Harrison Ford. You're Han Solo. This is the ship that made the castle run in 14 parsecs. 12! I'm not sure about this part, but I do like it. It's when all these team members smuggle up upon Han Solo for, like, not paying them back. Like, I never made a deal with Cadger Club. Tell that to Cadger Club. And Chewie's like, yeah, you never paid him back, man. It's over. So they corner them. These gang members corner Han Solo. And these weird alien things come out. I liked it, but it was a bit PlayStation-ish. Not that I can tell in the movie. After I saw the movie, I can tell, but you can tell at first, which is still good. I still like the moment. It's just a little weird to have CGI aliens in it. So then they escape, and now they're headed to the Resistance base. Meanwhile, Kylo Ren is speaking to this tall hologram thing. And I'm like, really? Did you make the new Emperor bad guy a giant? But between that segment, he says, the droid we're searching for is aboard the Millennium Falcon with your father, Han Solo. I dropped my popcorn. Thanks. But yeah, wait a minute, he doesn't have the Force, and then I'm like, wait a minute, did he hook up with Leia? Is that her son? Holy crap. So, Han and Leia are like this divorced couple. Snoke then is revealed as a hologram. I'm like, thank God. If Luke Skywalker is gonna fight someone, I don't think it's gonna be a giant like Yoda and Count Dooku, you know. They go to the resistance bit. Immediately, all the flags. I saw a Boba Fett flag, one of the pod racing flags from episode 1, and an Empire flag, a Republic flag, which questions me. The Old Republic isn't canon, right? Like, anything before episode 1 isn't canon, which is disappointing, but the extended universe isn't canon. But they are nitpicking at stuff. Maz Kanata comes out and he's like, "Where's my boyfriend?" At first I thought she was serious. Is she serious? Or is she just being sarcastic? I like that Wookiee. So she's like 1,000 years old. So I'm guessing she's as old as Snoke. I'm not sure. But anyways, later. Rey hears this voice and I'm like, wait. Does she have the Force? She's walking down, she opens this old case up and it's Luke's lightsaber from episode 5. Well, Anakin's lightsaber. And I'm like, oh, they found it. They went to Cloud City and got it. Or someone stole it. And, it's 30 years in the future. I'll give it that. So she touches it. And all these flashbacks start happening. Because she's in that building with, where Luke and Vader were fighting an Empire. You heard Yoda's voice. It's like, Force. It does not do something like that. But, lines that it does. We heard Yoda's voice in the flashback. She falls, and then it's Kylo Ren. So I don't know if Kylo Ren and her are related in any way, but I doubt it because Han would have recognized her unless he was keeping a secret this whole time, like Obi-Wan. But yeah. Yeah, is she Rey Skywalker? I want to know that. So then she runs, and she is like, no, I don't want to deal with this. Oh, I don't want to use the Force. We see Kylo Ren talking to Darth Vader's mask. Now, Anakin is not in that mask because he turned good in episode 6. So I'm thinking Snoke is talking to him through the mask, using the Force and making him believe that it's Anakin. Because he's like, grandfather, I will finish what you started. And I'm like, no, it's his master tricking him. That's just a helmet, dude. We see the first look at Starkiller Base. It honestly is another Death Star. I was kind of disappointed in that. But it works for bringing back Star Wars. They had to do this to bring back Star Wars. I wish they wouldn't have blown it up so it would stay in the future films. But this reminds me a lot of episode 4. So, and if you have not heard a more threatening speech, or a more compelling speech. It's like Hitler for a second. It's like, this will be the last day of the Republic! And then the stormtroopers went, hey! So, Hitler was heh, Hydra was heh in Marvel, and the First Order is apparently heh. They destroyed 5, was it 5? I counted 5. 5 planets. I don't know what they were, but I think one of them was Coruscant. Leave your comments below. Tell me if that was Coruscant or not. The whole city planet, And Maz Kanata's like this to Finn. Take this. What? I need a weapon. You have one. And it makes a new noise. Instead of... It goes like... I kind of like that. It hasn't been used in a while, so... Yeah. So we see Han Solo in action. I love this part. He goes... Phew, phew, phew. Like he's not even looking at the stormtrooper. I've done this for a while. I love his action. Now, that thing that one stormtrooper was wielding, was that like what those, General Grievous guards were holding in Revenge of the Sith? They kind of look like it. Like, the stormtrooper goes, traitor! And then wields out this sort of thing. I don't know if that's a, one of those things, redesign. But yeah, leave your comments to let that. Now, Finn hasn't trained with one, so it's reasonable. The First Order has obviously been taking notes from the clone troopers because they're not terrible. Oh, wait a minute. Leia. Princess Leia. Oh. When I showed my mom this movie, she was like, no way. That's Leia? Like everyone else looked good and then Leia walked on screen. You do look good, Leia. Keep it up. But it was a surprise. Yeah, and C-3PO. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed Leia and C-3PO. When Poe returned, that was great. Not unexpected, actually. Same jacket. No, new jacket. So, Rey and Kylo Ren are having their interrogation with each other. He's using the Force. Well, first she's like, you know, you're a creature in a mask. Nah. He takes off the mask and he's just this guy. Now, his facial expressions are really good. His acting is a lot better than the prequels. He is a little whiny, but I can see that in his character, you know what I mean? We're talking about an ex-Jedi who's killed half of Luke's Padawans, and he ran away from his father, and his father's with the light side, and hell, I would be in the same situation, like, you know what, I've had enough, I'm beating the shit out of my computers. You can see her trying to figure out what he's doing, and she's like, maybe she's practiced on Jakku by herself, but she's like, you're a friend, and he's like, whoa, you're in my mind right now, get out of here. But she backs up like, whoa, hold it, sister, hold it right there. Runs to Snoke, and he's like, she is strong with the Force. We're back to the Resistance base, and was that the guy from The Walking Dead, Glenn? Did he make a cameo? And Akbar made a cameo. Also, so I wish it were another Death Star. This was the Death Star. This is Starkiller Base. Even had Solo's like, so it's big, we can still... I feel like they did that to just bring Star Wars back and have the old fans connect with this movie. It was good, I enjoyed it. When I first saw this in the movie, he was like, hey, can I borrow that thing? Wow. It explodes entire people. And then he's like, I like this. I love Chewie in this movie because when he was getting healed, the nurse was like, that sounds very scary. Wrong. He must be so brave. Chewie had a lot of good comedy. Rey, and I love Leia too, she's like, well, they're like, I'm trying to be helpful. When did that derail? And don't say the Death Star. It's not like having flashbacks like Phase 2 of Marvel to the Avengers, like them mentioning it all the time. It's like one of those moments, you know? They did a much better job in flashbacking. Oh, I completely forgot about the Knights of Ren. I will tighten those restraints, scavenger scum. She tries 2 times, and then on the 3rd time she's like, you will remove these restraints and leave this cell with the door open. I will remove these restraints and leave this cell with the door open. This part really got me, I loved it. And you'll drop your weapon, and I'll drop my weapon. I love his tantrums. Smashing the computers away. See these 2 stormtroopers walk. He's like, hey, so you hear about the new BC-16? Oh, wait, Kylo's having a tantrum. Back away slowly. Finn and Han Solo are landing on the planet. They land out of hyperspace. That was the first time we're going at a planet in hyperspace. That was really cool to see. What position were you when you were working here? I was sanitation. Sanitation? How do you know how to disable the shields? I don't. The galaxy is counting on us. I know. We'll use the Force. That's not how the Force works. My favorite line in the whole movie, my favorite line. That's not how the Force works. You know, Han Solo, for being an old geezer who didn't believe in the Force when you were younger, now you're like the Jedi. You're real. Tell that to Obi-Wan. So they see the Rays escaped, and they run into, Phasma. Let me just say, Phasma did jack shit in this movie. I thought we were gonna see her with the helmet off and just the outfit in a fight. Hopefully she survived. Hopefully we'll see her in episode 8. I don't want her to be the Boba Fett of this series. So, yeah. I enjoy this too, though. Come on. Is there a garbage chute? Trash compactor? Yeah, there is. So that's all we see of Phasma. With this plan to like blow up the insides of the base. And yeah, it's always the inside of the base, right? They need to border what they build, I swear to God. Last words that Chewie and Han will ever have. Alright, you go that way, we'll meet back here. He sees his son walking out onto that platform. Like, you know when a character is about to die, and you don't know it? You knew it this entire time. Like, he was walking out, and I'm like, wait a minute, Luke and Vader did the same thing. Walking out, and he's like, Ben! Wait, Ben Solo? They named him after Ben Kenobi? So his real name is Ben Solo, and that was really unexpected. Because I read the extended universe, which is not canon, but they're obviously nitpicking. Because Ben was Luke's son, but now they're switching it around, and I kind of like it. It doesn't bother me at all. They meet in the center. I was like, what do you think you'll see when I will see the face of my son when I take off this mask? And he drops it, and he's like, your son is dead. He was weak and foolish like his father. I know what I have to do, but I don't think I have the strength to do it. So, what does he do? Yes, son. Anything. No, that's signing a contract without reading it, Han Solo. Stabs Han Solo right in the chest. I thought he was going to have a last word, like a last Han Solo word. What were his last words? They had a conversation. Was it yes, son, anything? I think it was, but I would have liked it if he was grabbing his face and said, I forgive you. Or I love you. Or, you know, something. But we knew it was coming. He wanted to be killed off in Empire. He wanted to be killed off in Jedi. I bet J.J. Abrams was like, you know, what if we kill you off in this movie? Would you come back? Yeah. Ray Harrison Ford, we still love you. Chewie shoots Kylo Ren with his crossbow. Now that crossbow thing weighs like a ton, and it blows up people. Kylo Ren, Ben Solo, is strong with the Force. He just backs up, and he's like beating his chest. Still limping a little bit, but, you know. I'm like, well, okay, you're powerful, I like you. I hate you, but I like you. You're not a one-dimensional villain. He pushes Rey up against a tree. And then you see him go like, traitor! And Finn gets that lightsaber. So, okay, Stormtrooper against a Darksider. Now I can see this because he was shot with a crossbow, beating his chest. The Force is the only thing keeping this guy alive. Yeah, they have a little bit of a duel. I like how this was short. And it felt real. It didn't feel choreographed at all. They were bashing each other in like Game of Thrones style. He cuts Finn's back. Like, not open, but cut. And then he, tries to force grab the saber. As soon as it plops out of the ground, and it flings by his face, I'm like, wait a minute, is Luke gonna randomly show up here? Nope, it's Rey. So, we have a female Jedi. So, Rey's fighting style, I can see this because Kylo Ren is injured and they both have the Force. So she's learning as she's fighting, and Kylo doesn't want to kill her because in the middle of the fight, he's like, you need a teacher. I can show you the ways of the Force. I think he wants to train her. Like, he doesn't want to kill her. He likes her. And wails at him, cuts him there, cuts his leg, scars him. So stab here, leg there, scar. Now he's got this weird scar across his face. And yeah, the planet breaks apart, they get separated. And I'm like, oh, they didn't kill him off. Okay, he's a 3-movie villain. It is time we complete his training. Now, who is Snoke? There's some fan theories going around that he might be Plagueis. If you don't remember from Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, when the Emperor was talking to Anakin, he was like, Darth Plagueis was so wise. Like, Darth Plagueis the Wise. He cheated death from the midichlorians, and I know midichlorians aren't canon, but he creates life. Which leads me to wonder, was Plagueis Anakin's father? I'm still confused on that whole thing. But anyways, if he cheated death, and he's 1,000 years old, could he escape when Palpatine tried to kill him? So, is Snoke Plagueis? So, Kylo Ren lives, aka Ben Solo. Han doesn't. I think it's a good death, right? So Leia's distraught. I really would have hoped for things to be flown around in the room as Leia's like crying, but she just sort of sits. They go back to the Resistance base, and R2-D2 wakes up. Okay, I honestly could see them as side characters now. BB-8 stole the show. I don't think he chose to wake up though. Maybe? Did R2-D2 choose to wake up at that time? It's like, oh, I have the map. I heard Han Solo died. Sorry I wasn't here. And then Rey takes one last look at Finn and is like, we will see each other again. I wonder if this was a long hyperspace trip. Literally no more than 5-10 minutes in hyperspace. Oh look, it's the planet. So he was right there. I bet you they traveled far. But they didn't show it because the movie was about to end. Yeah, they traveled far. Rey walks up these stairs, and if you ever played Skyrim Elder Scrolls, you know when you walk up to the Greybeard to the 7,000 steps? It reminded me so much of that game. She sees Luke turns, takes off his sword, and he has the robotic hand. It's not skin covered anymore. I guess after a few years you would lose that touch. Takes off the hood, robotic hand, stares like, wait. It kind of looks like he's saying, wait, you? That? Or I think he's just looking at the lightsaber, not her, because he doesn't know her, he knows the lightsaber. I would have liked it if he force grabbed it, like, and that'd be the last shot. But, no, the last shot is like a helicopter shot, which is also fine. And the movie ends with Luke Skywalker. My thoughts on this movie. Too much nostalgia. I did enjoy it though. My rating would be 9.5 out of 10. The music was good, the fighting was excellent, and the plot was really good. Too much of New Hope? Yeah. Really little Captain Phasma? Hell yeah. But if you're looking for a flawless movie, you're not going to get it from Star Wars. And there's always a hater, no matter wherever you turn. Episode 8 predictions. Rey is going to train with Luke. Rey is going to face off with Kylo Ren. We're going to see Snoke's actual form. And Billy D. Williams is confirmed for Episode 8. We're getting Lando Calrissian back in Episode 8. I'm so excited. But first we have to wait for Rogue One. It's sort of where Star Wars Rebels is, like getting plans for the Death Star. Star Killer Base, nostalgia. Too much nostalgia, that's all my complaints. Everything else? Good movie. Alright, subscribe for more reviews and reactions and updates. Click below for our Patreon, click below for our reactions and reviews, and unboxing and whatnot. Alright, subscribe, and may the Force be with you.